Greetings, one and all, and welcome to the Open Handed Classroom. I want to extend a special thank you to you, yes, you, for stopping by. Now, students, note that this question is indeed a math question, and I got this question from the 2018 Paper 1 Mathematics bgcse examination. And note that currently this question is unsolved, but I assure you that by the end of this video, this question would be completed. But I have a question. I have a question for you. And the question is, are you ready? Are you ready? Then let us dive in. We begin by reading the question. And the question states the following. In the fine cookies factory, a machine produces 120 cookies every minute. A. Calculate the number of cookies produced in an 8-hour shift. The cookies are packaged in boxes of 36. B. Calculate the number of boxes filled during the shift. Now I'm going to give you an opportunity to attempt this question on your own. So I encourage you, please pause the video, attempt the question on your own, and I'll see you on the other side of the pause. Okay, now that you have attempted this question on your own, let us deal with this question. Let us proceed with this question together. Let us take a look at question 7a. And question 7a, and note that in question 7a, the question wants us to calculate the number of cookies produced in an 8-hour shift. But how do we do this? Consider the next slide. Let y equals the number of hours in the shift. And let p equal the number of cookies produced in an hour. Then the number of cookies produced in a y-hour shift equals y times p. So let's find y. Finding y. Y equals 8 because the shift has 8 hours. Now let's find p. Finding p. From the question, we know that the factory produces 120 cookies in a minute. But we need to figure out how much cookies will the factory produce in 1 hour. Note that 1 hour equals 60 minutes. So we need to find how much cookies will the factory produce in 60 minutes. See below. In 1 minute, the factory produces 120 cookies. Therefore, in 2 minutes, the factory will produce 2 times 120 cookies, which is 240 cookies. And in 3 minutes, the factory will produce 3 times 120 cookies, which equals 360 cookies. And in 4 minutes, the factory will produce 4 times 120 cookies, which is 480 cookies. Continuing in this manner, we can deduce that in 60 minutes, the factory will produce 60 times 100 cookies, which equals 7,200 cookies. This means that P equals 7,200 because the factory produces 7,200 cookies in 1 hour. Using the formula, let's use the formula. Since y equals 8 and p equals 7,200, we use the formula to find the answer. The number of cookies produced in an 8-hour shift equals y times p, which equals 8 times 7,200, which equals 57,600 cookies. So the number of cookies produced in a 8-hour shift equals 57,600 cookies. That was That was the answer for A. But what about B, right? What about B? Note that in question B, the question wants us to calculate to the question wants us to calculate the number of boxes filled during the shift. In order to do this, we will use division. So what will we divide? We will divide, we will perform the division problem as follows. 57,600 divided by 36. Divided by 36. We'll perform this division problem. In order to do this, we will use a calculator. So let's use a calculator. So we have 57,600 divided by 36. And what is the result? The result is 1,600. The result is 1,600. Therefore, for question B, which states calculate the number of boxes filled during the shift, for question B, the answer is 1,600 boxes.